AIMS – Recruit Apprentices. AIMS is an apprenticeship management tool. It can handle all of your apprentice registration, data collection, and storage needs, as well as acting as a vacancy management and screening tool. Thanks to AIMS, it's never been easier to collect useful, usable information from applicants, such as profile information, work experience, personality report, and GCSE results. After selecting a vacancy, the applicant will be directed to your AIMS site. Here, they'll complete the simple 9-step registration process. Registration is made simple using an email and password. Profile data is then collected, including the postcode, so distances between vacancies can be calculated. In qualifications, GCSE English, Maths and ICT results are mandatory. And in employment, work history and experience are collected. Eligibility checks are carried out for funding purposes. After which, our personality test identifies each applicant's personality type and displays their traits on a radar graph. In the marketing section, you can track how your applicants are finding vacancies. Driving license details, criminal conviction, and any additional information is also collected. And finally, a CV can be uploaded or automatically generated from the information provided. All of the collected data is now stored, ready for screening. The applicant is then taken to the full job description and can apply for the apprenticeship. The full job description will include details of the salary, postcode, and closing date. The applicant completes a 10-minute sector-specific aptitude test, which will be stored for screening purposes. There are 13 employment sectors in all, each with a separate aptitude test: accounting, beauty therapy and hairdressing, customer service, construction, business administration, engineering, manufacturing and rail, health and social care, hospitality, IT and creative digital media, legal services, logistics, sales and retail, and cookery. Once the application is submitted, all that remains is for the screening process to select suitable candidates. While the applicant is waiting for a response, here are some other features available in the AIMS system. Application status, covering letter creator, CV creator, vacancy search, profile editing, qualification editing, and a career aptitude test. With all these features available, your candidates will return to your site over and over again. So, what about the staff side of the software? The staff section is split into 4 different roles: sales, uploader, recruiter, and admin. The sales role is responsible for acquiring the apprenticeships. The uploader adds each apprenticeship's details to the system. The recruiter screens the applicants for each apprenticeship. And the admin has access to management tools, reporting features, and all the aspects of the other roles. First, let's consider the uploader role, as this allows us to add a new vacancy. This is the uploader homepage. Here you can see how many vacancies have been assigned to each recruiter. As we are going to add a vacancy, this will let us know who it should be assigned to. As you can see, Liam Collins has no vacancies, so we'll select the Add Vacancy button. Now we need to fill in this simple form and the vacancy will be added. You will build up a database of employers as more vacancies are added. This means that the information you want will never be more than a click away. Now, let's consider the recruiter role. This is the recruiter homepage. Here, the recruiter can see all vacancies assigned to them, and after the vacancy closing date, they can begin the screening process. To begin screening the vacancy candidates, we select the Applications button. Here we can see the applicants for this vacancy. Now we need to screen them, so let's have a closer look. Let's assume that driving is not a skill required in this vacancy, so we'll need to base our decision on other factors. Now we'll scroll to the right. Here we can see the candidates' GCSE results, the distances they live from the vacancy, and the results from their aptitude test. We can now reject the first candidate as they live too far away, and the fourth because their GCSE results are not good enough. Let's scroll back to the start. We need to select the checkboxes for candidates 1 and 4, and then scroll down to the reject buttons. Now we can select the Reject Stage 1 button, and a predefined email will pop up ready for editing. Select OK, and the email will automatically be sent, with the selected candidate's vacancy statuses updated to Stage 1 Refusal. We are now going to telephone screen the rest of the candidates. Let's scroll back to the top. Again, we can follow the same procedure. Select the checkboxes for the other candidates, and once more an email will pop up, but this time with a time and date option for the telephone screening interview. Once you have chosen the candidates you will send to the employer, you can simply select the Batch Profiles and Batch CVs buttons to provide you with all the information you need. Now let's have a look at the full vacancy screening procedure. The vacancy closes. This happens automatically after the vacancy closing date. The recruiter screening now occurs, and candidates will be rejected or moved to the telephone screening stage based on their GCSE results and aptitude scores. At the telephone screening stage, the recruiter can ask vacancy-specific questions in order to identify the most appropriate candidates. At your assessment centre, you can interview the candidates and further refine your employer interview selections. Alternatively, you can skip this step. Now you can simply batch the profiles and CVs of the candidates you wish to send to the employer. The employer can then choose who they would like to invite for a formal interview. The employer can carry out interviews for the vacancy, and, thanks to the screening process, only the best candidates have been selected. Your recruiter can send the final email with the start date and time to the successful candidate. You can also store the induction date to complete your records. Let's assume for one moment that you have no good candidates for your vacancy. We can now use the Advanced Candidate Import button. Here, we can search through the system for a candidate. We can reorder the priorities to get the best fit for the vacancy, and then select the Get Results button. Here, we will then see the best candidates based on our priorities. All we need to do now is select the Import button, and the candidate or candidates will be put into the vacancy applications. Finally, let's consider the admin role. This is the admin homepage. Here you can see all of your recruiters and the companies they are currently working with. Here you can add, edit or deactivate staff members. You can also reset passwords, although there is a Forgot Password feature. This is your recruiter conversion page. Here you can see the percentage of successfully filled vacancies by each recruiter. Below that, you can also see the full breakdown, which is exportable to Excel. This is the Sales Team Report. Here you can see which members of your sales team have brought in the most vacancies. This is the Organisation Report. Here we can see a full breakdown of the vacancy statuses and the conversion of vacancies into employed apprenticeships. This is the green candidate report. Here you can see past candidates you have identified with a high chance of obtaining a vacancy. This is the marketing report. Here you can track which of your marketing partners are bringing in the most candidates. This is the Dagmar report. It enables you to track where your field apprenticeships were first advertised, and thereby it allows you to see how effective your marketing partners are. This is your marketing partners page. The information you need is never more than a click away. This is the settings page. Here you can change your organization's contact details, the logo, and the color scheme. This is the API settings page. You can use this API to automatically show vacancies on your or an advertiser's site, straight from the software. So to summarize, the AIMS process. Revolutionize your apprenticeship recruitment process with AIMS.